What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 6 locations you can find a full set of power armor. Not just the power armor frame but also all the armor to go with it as well. I'll also be showing you an exploit called server hopping, which will guarantee that you find the power armor at one of these locations. Now, if these kinds of guides are of interest to you, I also recommend subscribing to the channel and pressing that little bell icon as well. And then you'll be the first to know every time I upload a new Fallout 76 guide. This channel is literally based on Fallout and Skyrim, so it's the place to be if you want that kind of content. So first, let me explain why power armor is so good. The power armor frame alone, with no armor on, actually sets all your damage resistances from physical and energy weapons to 60. You can then add on different armor parts to further increase it. This is actually much better than any armor you can craft early on in the game and even later on in the game as well. The power armor frame also sets your strength to 10 as default. This is actually incredibly broken at a low level because for each point of strength, you actually gain an additional 5 carry weight and an extra +1 damage with melee weapons. So in total, you do +10 more damage with melee weapons and you can carry 50 more weight while wearing this power armor frame. Also, the power armor cores last for a lot longer than they did in previous games. And if you run out, check out my other video guide linked down below in the description on how to find more power armor cores. Now, the first 2 locations you can find power armor are really close to each other. One of them is located here on the map. It's literally 2 minutes directly east from Vault 76. Just here you will find Morgantown Train Yard. As I said before, most of these locations I'm going to show you in the video will be a few minutes walk from Vault 76. Which means you can go there as soon as you start the game and just have power armor at level 1, which is insanely powerful. Once you arrive, you'll need to take care of a few low level scorched enemies. You shouldn't have any trouble with this though, I was able to do it on my own at level 1. Next you'll want to look for the large warehouse with a tower. From here you'll see a few red carriages on the railway leading away from the complex. You're going to want to follow these red carriages inwards towards the rusty one in the centre, which has USA written on the outside of it. Within this trailer there is a chance for power armor to spawn. If not though, don't worry, we're going to go to the next location which is very close by. So just bring up the map again and head southeast from Morgantown Train Yard. Now this is an unmarked location but it's just here on the map. I'm actually standing looking at the bridge which crosses the river, which you can use as a reference here. So from the river, turn around and you'll see another old warehouse. Now be careful because there's usually a lot of traps inside this one. Go through the left entrance and head on inside. You'll find the power armor workstation on the left here. Now before I show you the next location, let me first tell you that since Fallout 76 is an online game, there is actually a chance that another player will have already picked up this power armor before us. But don't worry, you can very easily solve this by doing something called server hopping. All you need to do is quit the game, completely exit out, and then restart it and sign in again. Now you will usually find yourself within another server. To double check that you're actually on another server, just check the active players who are currently online in your server and they should all be different people. You can also just join a friend's game as well, which is another way you can hop over to a different server. The advantage of doing this is that you can re-loot the location because everything's respawned. And all the items in all the containers are going to be slightly different. You may also find that when you log in, the power armor on this server has already spawned. If it hasn't, you can just run back and forth between the first 2 locations I showed you because they're really close together. And if they're not there, just go to a different server, check the locations and then go to a different server again until you have lots of power armor, and eventually you'll be able to make a full set of power armor with all the armor add-ons as well. Once you do find the power armor though, you first need to remove all of the armor from the power armor frame. Now the reason we need to do this is because the armor is probably going to be too high a level for you to actually use. So you won't actually be able to wear it unless you take off the armor. And then you can just go ahead and enter it. Now we can exit our power armor anytime we like and the game has now marked it as yours. So nobody else can actually use or get in your power armor. If we just leave our power armor here and go off adventuring, after a short while a timer will actually come up in the corner. When this timer runs out, it will tell us that the power armor is being recalled. After a few minutes, it will actually then appear in your inventory, so you cannot actually lose your power armor. The same thing happens if you also log out of the game. You can drop your power armor from your inventory at any time you like, then you can just get inside it ready for battle. Since it only has a weight of 10, it's actually an invaluable thing to carry around with you at all times. It gives you extra bonus armor and also resistance to radiation. And of course, this gives you the upper hand in combat or when carrying extra supplies. I'm now going to show you the other spawn locations of power armor in the game. Now the third one is a very well hidden location that not a lot of people actually know about. This time, from Vault 76, we need to head directly west to the Mothman Museum, just here on the map. You can literally run directly there, straight off this cliff. Where it looks like a cliff, it's not, you can just walk down it carefully. Once you arrive in the area though, go to the southwest side of the city where I am on the map. You can see the bridge in the distance there, and there's an opening in the barricade where you can actually enter the town with the Mothman Museum right in front of you. Go right and up the stairs to the top of this tower. You can actually kill the enemy Scorched in this area very easily from up here. There's also a little secret stash for some chems as well. Once you're done clearing out the enemies, we're going to go back to the entrance where we saw the Mothman Museum. But this time, instead of going up the blue stairs, go left and you'll find a blue parked car here. You actually need to jump from the blue car onto the brown car, and then we can actually jump onto the roof of the building. Super secret entrance. Now don't forget to loot all of the weapons while you're up here as well, and then when you're done, just come up the rusty stairway to the right. Now on your left you'll see a wooden walkway going across the top of the bridge. Just make your way across this. Here. Another cool trick you guys can do is actually server hop to collect all the power armor frames and armor, and eventually you'll have a full set of power armor with the armor and obviously lots of frames that you can then sell. It's a very easy way of making caps quickly. Next, for the fourth power armor location, we're going to go directly north from Vault 76, just here on the map, marked where it says 94. It's just north of the woodland. Now sorry, I recorded this one in the dark, but it's very obvious. You'll see these 3 large silos in the middle of a field once you arrive. Walk around and you'll find a small shack. It's actually very common to find power armor in these metal sheds, by the way. So if you see them, you should definitely check them out just in case. Now the door to this shed will actually be locked, but we can actually kill the Scorch through the wall here. If you stand really close, you can actually kill them, and you don't really take any damage, so it's quite helpful. It requires a skill of 1 to actually unlock this door, and remember you should have the perk card for lockpicking and hacking terminals, so you can very easily just swap that perk card into your character right now so that you can pick the lock and then just swap it back after. We'll find the power armor inside next to the crafting station here. Now obviously some of the locations I'm showing you don't actually have power armor in them right now, but I have double checked all of these locations myself and found power armor there before. Like this one in particular, I was actually live streaming and I showed you guys that there was power armor inside this location. So rest assured that the power armor definitely spawns at all of these locations. You've just got to server hop and keep on searching until you eventually find it. Now for the 5th location to find power armor, it's actually quite a difficult spawn point, at least if you're on your own. I for one was on my own, so I actually built my camp right next to the location I was going to visit. This meant that just in case I died, I could respawn right next to the location for free and fight again. I actually died once and then I eventually cleared out this location. The location itself is north from Vault 76 and it's full of super mutants. It's located just here on the map on the top left here. Once you've cleared out the location and all of the super mutants are dead though, look for this big red water tower in the distance there, and then just to the right you'll see some coloured crates. South from that you actually see a green rusting shed, and the power armor will spawn just here inside on the right. Note that there's also a chance for 2 power armors to spawn at once in this location, and last time I was here, I actually got some Brotherhood of Steel power armor. Okay, now we have our final location, the 6th place to get power armor in Fallout 76. This is directly north from Vault 76 in the same area, and it only has a few low-level scorched here. Just go north until you hit the mountains. Almost looks like a desert, and once you are here you will find a raider outpost. Just to the left through the entrance here, you'll find some power armor that should spawn right where I'm looking. Now my trusted friend actually told me about this location, but I have not seen it here for myself yet. He however did find some raider power armor here, and that's actually very good considering high level power armor is level capped at sometimes even level 40 or 50, but raider power armor can be used at a lower level, so it's actually really useful. So there you have it, 6 locations you can find power armor in Fallout 76. And if you want an insanely powerful melee build to go with this guide, please check out my other guide linked down below in the description. I've got build videos, unique weapon location videos, and more coming out as well, so please go ahead and subscribe for that. Thank you very much for watching me, ESO, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night and goodbye.